welcome today to everyone's third matchup of the Rochester Selects and Pittsburgh Pens Elite. Ryan Burkheiser takes the opening draw, wins it back for the Pens. He's out there with Tanner Julius and Gunnar Reeling. Markey and Monheim defensively. Julius bangs that one out of the zone. Burkheiser is going to give chase. Kept in the zone. Reeling's going to pick it up. They're going to call that offsides. Thanks to Kristen Burkheiser for running the scoreboard today. And we'll do it again here for a center zone face-off. Flubs that pass. Tanner Julius into the zone, gets tripped up, no call. That one bounces out for Monheim to pick up. Monheim plays it back to Markey. Markey to Monheim. Circling that pass is going to get picked off. Good deflection there by Monheim skates. Centering pass now picked off by Julius. Leaves it for Reeling. Reeling gets it in the zone. Swings it over to Julius, but through his skates and out. Gumenis giving chase now. Good back check there by Gumenis. Turnover between Stahl and Monheim. Backhand shot saved by Franco. Franco in net. Get tested early. Pens playing a little sloppy in their D zone. Reeling gets it into Mowry, I should say. Now he's going to go for a change. Mowry and Gumenis out there. Shadish on the ice now with Loya. Stahl to Loya to Mowry. Puck into the offensive zone. Picked up by Mowry below the goal line. Pass comes up to Stahl at the point. Gumenis to Loya, long shot from the point, and that's going to be eaten up and saved by the goalie. Loya with a long shot from the point, nicely done. A little bit of a screen in front of the net with some of our bigger bodies. Gumenis, Shadish, and Mowry out there. Gumenis is going to take the offensive zone, draw to the right of the netminder. BK controls, they rim it around the boards. Shadish is going to be the first one there, though. His pass gets knocked down. Stahl stands tall on the blue line, keeps it in. Backhand pass now for Mowry, comes up to the point. Loya to Stahl. Stahl's going to kick it. Loya gets tripped, no call. Stahl now going to circle back, gets to the red line, tries to get it in deep, but not. But Stahl keeps it in the zone. He followed up his own pass and kept it in the zone at the blue line. Now he does it again on another pinch. Stahl battling, keeping the puck deep. Nice job to allow the forecheck to get involved now as the Pens go for a change. Edgar's on. He's going to swoop in for a steal. Plays it up the boards to Loya and out. Just out of the zone. Loya will retreat, gets to the Stahl who's gained the red line. He's going to smartly dump it into the zone, allow the Pens to get their full change now. Julius, Edgar, and Ferguson out there together. That one bounces just out of the zone before Caulfield could get there. 12:24 left in the first. A great save by Franco to keep this one scoreless. Julius playing right wing right now. Gabe Egger playing center with Ferguson. Nice glove save there by Franco. We've got down to 8 forwards, missing Gunnar Morgan again today, as well as Kelly Sullivan. Both of them still with some injuries that they're trying to get over. Rooting for them both to get back on the ice as soon as possible. Last 2 games, we've played 2 centers and 3 wings each. Today, it looks like we might go 3 centers and rotate the wings as Gabe Egger's in center. Julius here playing right wing on his offhand, comes in though. He's got it on his forehand, he shoots and scores! Maybe he likes the right side. Tanner Julius took it from right, cut to the center, and unleashed one top shelf. A beautiful goal to get the Pens on top 1-0 here with 12:01 left in the first. Burkheiser out to take the draw with Mowry and Reeling. Puck bounces into the defensive zone. Caulfield's there. puck loose in the corner. Landon Michaels there to get it. He gets it up to Reeling. Reeling's going to skate it out. Tries to get it to Maury. He does. Big Rig Jr. skating deep into the zone. Looks to shoot off the side of the post. Side of the net maybe. He drops a backhand pass to Reeling. They can't connect. Good forecheck there by Caulfield. Slicing in behind the net. He's looking for Reeling through his feet. And almost out of the zone. Michael's gonna, what a job keeping it in. He played the blue line there perfectly. BK throws it side to side. Caulfield's gonna be first man there. He leaves it for Burkheiser. Burkheiser behind the net, tries to get it to Maury. They can't connect. Comes out of the zone. Markey's fresh on the ice. He makes a man miss, makes another man miss for a moment. We're gonna get a stoppage of play. Face-off won by BK. They throw it in deep. Franco leaves it for Markey. Markey's getting pounded from behind. Tries to get it out. Can't turn over there, but he gets it back. Nicely done. Gets it up to Shaddis now. He gains the red line. Looking to get it in deep. He plays it with his body into the corner. Centering pass broken up. Tanner Julius backhands one up to Markey. Tipped off by Shaddis on the side of the net. Gumenis is out there, picks this one off. Shot to the point, tipped almost in by the defender. Now Julius on a wraparound chance. Gets denied. Played back to the point. Monheim with a shot. Nice shot. Low pad save to the corner. Good shots from the point today for the Pens. Monheim went far pad side. Good save. Now Franco the other way. Big save. Monheim picks it up. Passes it over to Gumenis, slides it over to Shaddis. Shaddis gains the zone. He's got Monheim drifting. I should say Monheim was filling, and he was there. Now he gets off. Gabe Eggers on, plays it back to Stahl at the point. Stahl rims it all the way around, but Shaddis and Julius are going for changes. Loya, Ferguson, and now Reeling join in. All three Pens forwards on the same side of the ice, within 5 feet of each other. Not how they drew it up. Stahl plays it to Reeling. Reeling's going to try to chip it along the boards. Now he kind of just chips it to himself. He gets tripped down, no call. Played back to the point. That's what they needed, a little bit of spacing. Stahl to Loya. Loya to Egger. Egger in the high slot. Shot, eaten up, no rebound. Good thing there was no rebound for BK. Ferguson and Reeling were there. Shot by Egger just wide of the net. Reeling bounces in, knocks it over to Ferguson, but that one's going to get out of the zone. I think it's going to be an icing. 8:53, we're going to get it. 8:52, we're going to stop as a play, and we'll do another offensive zone draw. 1-0, Pens on top. Julius all by himself takes it coast to coast and delivers top shelf. Egger going to take the draw to the right of the netminder. Plays it over to Reeling, back to Egger. Puck bounces up to Stahl. Stahl backhands it in the zone. Picked off by BK. Loya smacks one across ice. No one's home. BK's going to throw it in to the far corner. Loya first man there to Ferguson. Ferguson, bounce pass. Got off a couple of skates there. And now we're back into the defensive zone. Good body there by Stahl. Puck comes out in front of the net. Loya plays it to Reeling. Reeling gets it over to Ferguson. They're going to try to get it in deep and for a change here. Or maybe not. Ferguson's going to take it and drive. He gets taken down. Reeling with a shot off the pads. He picks up the loose puck. Reeling's going to reset. They're going to be a delayed penalty here. Burkheiser will be the sixth skater on. Caulfield's got it. Attacking the zone. Drops it for Ferguson. Ferguson going to dump it in on a delayed penalty. With 7:56 left in the first, the Pens will go on the first power play of the game. Maury, Gumenis, Caulfield, Burkheiser, and Michael jumping out there together. Now Monheim's going to come on for Caulfield, or for Michael. They don't know who's going to do it. They're waving each other off. It is going to be Monheim and Michael. Gumenis to take the draw. Gumenis and Burkheiser on the ice at the same time. Right up to Michael at the point. Slides it over to Gumenis. His pass picked off. Nicely dumped out of the zone by BK. Won't be an icing. Michael retreats, throws it off Monheim's skate, but he controls it. Now he gets it up to Maury, who's got an edge. He's got the corner. He's going in. He's not waiting. Shot. Big save. Rebound can't be picked up by the Pens, but Gumenis does a nice job knocking that one down, keeping it in the zone. Now he bodies a man out of the way, but still gets out. Thrown right back in. Nothing like a power play to really slow the 12s down. That's, if you're ever looking for a way to get the 12s out of rhythm, I would take a blatant penalty and put the Pens on a power play. 30 seconds remaining. 7 minutes left in the first period. Markey and Caulfield coming on out defensively. Turnover there for the Pens, and the puck's going back the other way. Markey skating up ice. All close games here. 5-2, 4-2 with a empty netter yesterday. It was a 3-2 game with 30 seconds left, and that's a rip of a shot. Gabe Egger, one-timer. Is that net regulation size? Egger flies one high and over. Shaddish's shot tipped and saved on net. Face-off one back to the point. Markey's got it. Markey slides it over to Caulfield. Caulfield with a shot. Saved. Egger tying it up. Julius swooping in. He's playing at a different speed today. Loose rebound. Shaddis almost got there. Now Egger gets there. Shaddis is going to bury it in. Julius all over the ice. Threw that one on net. Egger had a prime chance on a rebound. His didn't go, but Shaddis was there for the second rebound. And the Pens up 2-0. Julius to Egger to Shaddis. 2-0 Pens. Gumenis, Reeling, and Ferguson come out with Stahl and Loya. Face-off one to Loya to Reeling, over to Gumenis. Gumenis is going to line up a shot just wide of the net and out of the zone. Loya retreats to get it to Stahl. His pass just out of the reach of Ferguson. We'll get an icing call here on the Pens with 5:45 left in the first. Gumenis wins this draw over to Stahl. They're battling the ball on the boards. Now Reeling comes away with it. He cuts to the center. Now he's going to come back. Bouncing puck, offsides on the Pens. Ferguson too deep in the zone. Face-off won by BK into their defensive zone. Stahl up the boards to Gumenis, out of Reeling's reach, and they'll chase. Now Gumenis on the forecheck. Now Rilling on the back check. Good play by Stahl, keeping his man wide, driving him. He's still circling. Now Gumenis takes up the cause. Loya drives him to the ice. Stahl on his forehand now. He's going to skate it up. He's got some space, finds Gumenis. Gumenis out of the reach of Ferguson. A shift of near misses on the passes, that is. Burkheiser and Julius coming out. Oh, nice play there. A fake pass, and he's going to keep skating. But Loya's back in position. Drives him wide. Backhand shot. Big save by the blocker, Franco. Julius's pass gets all the way through to Ferguson. He throws it in to go for a change. Burkheiser and Julius out there, though. They're battling. Maury now joins in on the shift. Julius finds Maury. Maury with a shot off the face mask. Is the goalie still conscious? What a shot. Maury now going to bang it around the boards. Julius is there. I think BK only has one goalie. I feel like this is the same goalie I've seen all games. Could be wrong. I see a goalie on the bench. I'm probably wrong. BK the other way. Slides one past the defense. Michael's going to get back. Tie up his man. Nicely done. Comes away with the steal to Julius. Julius looking up ice for Maury. Maury has it on his offhand here. Now he's going to put it on the backhand. Keep driving. The big boys going deep. He beats his man as the rest of his line going for a wraparound as they were going for a change. And BK is going to slowly ice it. One of the slower icings that you'll ever see. Monheim with the puck. Long shot. I think he was shooting for Gabe Egger's stick. Just missed. Gumenis now going to wrap it around the boards to Michael. Walks the line over to Monheim. Monheim slides one through with a pass to Gumenis. Touch pass to Shadish. Good look by Gumenis. He had a chance there. But he made the smart play and threw one to Shadish, who was looking for his second of the game. I might start calling him Shaddy. That's what they call him, I think, on the bench. I'm hearing a Shaddy. We'll stick with Shadish for now until I feel more comfortable with the nickname. Face off just out of the zone. Shadish on a forecheck. He's going to blow through everybody. Gets his own shot attempt. Just wide. That time he was centering it to Gabe Egger. Great speed and power from Cam. Shadish. Shaddy. Tipped out of the zone. Caulfield's only man back. He's going to put on the brakes. BK comes away with it momentarily. Gumenis is there. Puck still bouncing around. Markey gets involved now. Centering pass. He fanned on the shot, but they had a good attempt. Here's Gabe Egger with speed the other way. He's on a bit of a breakaway. Cuts back. Shot. Pad save. Gabe Egger flashing a little bit of speed and power. Plays it over to Markey. One-time slap shot just wide of the net. Rims all the way around the boards, but not out. Now they do chip it out. Pens are going to regroup, decide not to go for a change. Markey up to Egger. He's got an angle. Now he pulls up, tries to slide it over to Gumenis. That pass is intercepted. Played up to BK. Stahl comes out. This is what happened. The Pens didn't go for a change. Now you got a 3-on-2 going the other way. Egger getting back. Stahl plays his man beautifully. Knocks that puck out of their grasp. Toe drag shot off the glove of Franco. No stoppages of play here the last couple of minutes. It's been a delight. Long shot from the point, wide and out of the zone. Shadish comes in with a big high hit. Two BK players collide. Now Burkheiser has it with space. Burkheiser shoots and scores! Glove side high. Top shelf for Burkheiser. Two BK players ran into each other. A bit of a collision. He might have caught that one without looking at the puck. Just fell into his hands. You either have the feel in the hands or you don't. Burkheiser stays out there. 3-0, Pens on top. 1:51 left in the game. In the period, I should say. Burkheiser, Ferguson, Reeling, Stahl, and Loya. Face-off one back to Loya. Feathers one up the boards. Can't connect with Ferguson. Now Burkheiser has it. Burkheiser's going to skate it through some traffic, finds an area of space. Now Reeling comes in. He picks up the loose puck. He gets it knocked away to Ferguson. Now Ferguson, thinking over some options, throws it down the boards to Reeling, chips it ahead to Burkheiser. Burkheiser behind the net, rims it around to Loya. Loya shot, loose puck, big rebound, saved, frozen. Stall to Burkheiser is the call from Marcy on the PA system. Hard rim all the way around the boards, and that's going to be not an icing. They're going to wave it off, saying Stahl touched it, just as it exited the zone. Loya's there. Can't connect with Ferguson. Shot goes, might have been off the blocker's side. Stahl gives chase. Stahl almost out of the zone. 1 minute left in the first. Loose puck picked up by Reeling. He's going to skate it out. Ferguson plays it to the point. Loya rifles one cross ice to Stahl. Stahl gets it through to Reeling. Puck still loose. Reeling can't get a shot off. Puck picked off by Edgar. And just out of the zone. 30 seconds remaining. Pens go for a change. Edgar's there. Edgar drives, toe drag release. Shot just wide of the net. Picked up by Monheim, who swoops in the zone. 19 seconds. Maury puts it on his backhand. Puck coming out of the zone here. Ham's one of their better players for sure. He's one of their bigger, faster kids. He drives hard. Michael slides into the net. It's going to drive the net off with 3.6 seconds. Inopportune timing for the net to pop off. Kristen Burkheiser is going to have to reset the clock with 3.6. They pulled the goalie, which I've always been a fan of this late in the period. What's the chances of the puck going full length of the ice at 3.6? There are none. It's a 6-on-5 for the next 3.6 seconds. I love this strategy of BK. They pulled their goalie last night with over a minute. I think it was a smart play, and I'd like to introduce myself to the coaches. 3-0, Pens on top after one. Here we go, started the second period underway. Puck comes all the way back in our defensive zone. Michael's gonna be there to pick it up. He gets tied up in the near corner. Played out to the point, Monheim blocks that shot with his skate. Rebound comes to the point, shot I think that was Franco's stick that drove that one high into the netting. Garb's going with a line change here, 24 seconds into the second period. It is the second period. You got the long change, short bench. Makes a lot of sense to me. Burkheiser wins the faceoff, and then a turnover for the Pens behind in their defensive zone. Now Burkheiser's going to rim it around the glass. Big bouncing puck comes out to Reeling. He gets it out of the zone, but gets tied up in the neutral zone. Puck comes right back in off of Michael's thigh. Now he's going to play it behind his goal line. Now he's going to rim it around the boards to Shadish. Now Monheim joins in. Puck stays in the zone, though. Centering pass right in front of the net. Rebound saved by Franco. Beautifully done. Reeling can't get the puck out of the zone. Now he does. But he doesn't get it deep. There's a turnover in the neutral zone. And they're right back in. Minute 15 into the second period. It's been all BK. Reeling with a penalty for a retaliation of some sort. Getting some fan support, which is appreciated, but not a good penalty to take here to start the second. 13:38 left in the period. Pens go on the penalty kill. Julius going to take a face-off. You don't see that very often. Puck comes all the way around, and the Big Rig's going to win the foot race. Big Rig Jr. to his backhand and a save. The Big Rig was moving. There's no stopping that train when it gets going. Beautiful backhand shot and a nice glove save by the BK goalie. That's how you design the penalty kill right there. Puck out of the zone and let your big boys do the rest. Julius on a good forecheck now. Maury and Julius just causing havoc here in the offensive zone. BK can't get anything set up at the moment. Plays it cross ice, touch pass. Down to the corner. Circling, nice backdoor attempt there, broken up by Markey. Julius behind the goal line, he swoops in. Markey's gonna just ice it. That might get on net, actually. The goalie's gonna come out and play it, not sure why, but he did. Now he's gonna freeze it, almost turned it over right to Maury, who's all over on this forecheck. What a penalty kill right now. Egger's gonna swoop in for Julius, plays it back to Markey. Markey rifles a pass, can't be caught by Egger's feet. Caulfield's out there, he smacks one with his backhand. Markey doubles that up with another smack of a backhand, and here he comes. Gabe Egger on a 2-on-0. He's got Ferguson. Back to Egger. Couldn't get a shot off. Good attempt by the Pens, just couldn't get the shot on one. It was a good back check by BK as the Pens were on a 2-on-0. Egger moved it to Ferguson. Now Reeling comes out of the box, and they're gonna say he was offsides. For what it's worth, that ref doesn't seem to like much of Gunnar Reeling's game at the moment. Tough to go offsides when the pass is sent to you, but either Reeling did it or it was a bad call. Tough to say, I wasn't watching all that intently. 12:02 left in the second. Face-off won by BK. Gumenis is out there with Ferguson and Egger. Stahl and Loya defensively. Puck slid out of the zone. Gabe's stick deflected that right off the photographer for BK. Beautiful lens over there. Almost took it right off the noggin. He's having a good laugh about it. very physical game to start. Stahl plays it over to Hoya. Hoya swings one over to Egger. Egger shoots and scores. When he finds the net, it goes in. Egger's goal puts the Pens up 4-0. If you thought that was going to be a letdown in Game 3, there hasn't been, and BK is going to change their goalie. Egger delivering the knockout blow. Penguins playing a bit of a finesse game today, as opposed to last night when the 11s were here cheering on every form of contact. Kind of got the boys going. Today, a little bit of a sleepy Sunday. Not on the scoring front though. 4-0 after Dave Egger's rope of a shot. Here comes Julius on a zone entry off the face-off win from Burkheiser. Plays it back to Stahl. Throws it around the boards. Throws it down the boards. Julius to Burkheiser. Burkheiser chips. Shot. No one knows where the puck is. It's loose. Played by Stahl's high stick. They're not going to call it. They didn't see it. I got my issues with these referees right now. Julius throws it to Burkheiser. He cuts through some traffic. Slides it over to Shadish. Shaddy almost find the back of the net. Now he's going to try a wraparound chance to Julius. Broken up just wide. Loya gloves it down nicely. Loya was always one of my best receivers in flag football. Little known fact. Also one of the best lacrosse players on Seneca's team. Although they routinely come in second place to Mars lacrosse. Good change by the Pens in the offensive zone. Here comes the big Rick Jr. You don't want that forecheck. He gets it back. He's with Gumenis and reeling. Mowry throws his shoulder to his man. Puck comes all the way out. Beautiful outlet pass there. Monheim's back. He's defending his man. Causes that shot to go wide. Allows Michael to pick it up. Michael pass out the zone to Mowry. A BK player falls by themselves. And what was that called? Was that a hand pass? The Pens had control of the puck. Not a fan of that call. 9:48 left in the second. I'm going to have words with this referee post-game. Find him. Explain my grievances. Gumenis to Mowry. To the other team at the moment. Long shot into the zone. Goes wide of the net. Monheim's going to pick it up. Monheim throws one just out of reach. Here comes Michael. Michael leaves it for Monheim. Monheim to Reeling, tips it out of the zone to no one in particular. Gumenis drives his man off the puck. Gumenis got my message. Michael leaves it for Monheim. Monheim going to try another one to Reeling. Reeling slides it over to Michael. Now Gumenis circles back. Gumenis has it, just going to skate it in himself. Disjointed here on that one. Reeling keeps it in the zone that time. Now he makes a man miss. Shoots low far, pad save. Nicely kept in by Michael. The Pens on the blue line have been doing a nice job catching the puck today. Monheim, that's Mowry gets it over to Monheim. Monheim's gonna skate, make two people miss. Puts it on his backhand. Mohawking, looking, centering pass for Burkheiser. His backhand attempt just wide of the net. Monheim retreats and picks up the loose puck. Now he's circling, throws him across ice to Caulfield. Why not? Both defensemen down. Well, one-timer to Gabe Egger. Monheim to Caulfield to Egger. It's a free-flowing game. Both of the Pens defensemen deep in the zone. Nothing Pens. Tough to find much fault in them. I can find some in my own son's game at the moment, but perhaps that'll be a private conversation. Egger driving deep into the zone. Bangs one off a defender. Markey plays it over to Caulfield. Caulfield's going to step down. That pass just footers off his stick. Gabriel Egger picks up the loose puck. Ferguson on a nice forward check. How do you do? Puck out of the zone. Egger throwing a little weight around. Poke check the other way, and here comes a breakaway. Actually, it's a 2-on-0. Franco! Franco's in good position. Thought he had it. Tough break for the Pens. Bad bounce, and it led to a 2-on-0 the other way. Once been told by a former broadcast partner that when you're up by 5, you don't need any more goals to win. You can win 5-0. We want more, though. Let's get 10, boys. Let's get whatever it takes to get to a running clock. BK looking to get back to the greater Rochester area, perhaps at a reasonable time. Shadish is going to play a little center here with Julius and Reeling together at wing. They started the game that way. Puck picked up by Loya deep in the defensive zone. Puts it on his backhand, drives through some traffic, shoulders him away. Puck passed off. The referee skates though and stays in the zone. Now Stahl comes over to clean up. Now Shadish bounces in there. His backhand pass broken up, stolen, deflected. Julius knocks that one out to Reeling. Reeling skating into Shadish. Now he gets it out to Julius. That might have been the ugliest breakout, but it worked. Julius to Reeling. Reeling, oh my goodness. Great pass by Julius. Franco there, he's going to leave it for Loya. BK's in the midst of a change, so Loya's got a lot of space. Now he's going to fling one up ice. Reeling's got it. Now he does it. Now he gets one over to Shadish. Shadish bouncing puck. Gets it across ice here. BK gets it out of the zone. Monheim on a nice check there. But here comes BK the other way. Pivoting, spinning, turning. Gumenis and Egger on the battle. The Pens are going to cover with it. Michael slides it over to Monheim. Gets it up to Maury. He's got Gumenis. He slides it through. Just couldn't connect. Egger's there. This is what we call the jumbo line. Maury, Gumenis, and Egger. Maury has it. Plays it to Gumenis. He's got Egger. Slides it through. Michael's there. Why not? Shot tipped into the netting. That's Michael's go-to sneak attack zone. It wasn't intended for him, but he got there. 5:47 left in the second. Think about going up higher here. So you guys go higher? All right, here we go. Face off to the left of the netminder. He's been perfect since joining, or maybe you get one goal. Pretty perfect. Pass out to Michael at the point. Slides it across to Monheim. Monheim shooting for feet. Egger's got the loose puck. Point blank shot save. Egger looking for the Hattie. Put it up to Michael on the point. Maury behind the net, tries to wrap around. Now he's going to just control it. You can't take it from the Big Rig Jr. Slides a backhand off the back of the net. He's just toying with the back there. Michael steps into his shooting zone. That's his kill shot. Just wide of the net. Monheim throws it down to the far corner. Burkheiser fresh on the ice. Puts it on his backhand, thinking the glory days of his former Michigan shot. Monheim circling, shot blocked down. Egger gets the loose puck. The Pens with some sustained zone pressure here. Shadish on for Egger. Monheim's going to try to find him. Fires it through, and he gets there. Shadish loses it off the skates of that ref. That ref's getting under my skin right now. Ferguson on. Markey and Caulfield on. The Pens have completed a full line change in the zone. You don't see that very often. Markey swooping back as the puck bounced out to our defensive zone. Strong pass up to Ferguson. Gets it to Shadish, just out of his reach. Shadish on the forecheck. BK, nice pass. Nice angle pass on the backboards, the rear boards. Wherever. Caulfield has it now, throws it cross ice. Loose puck picked up by Markey. Crosses it over to Ferguson. Got deflected, but got there. Ferguson likes to dump in. He's going to dump and chase. Now Gumenis on for Burkheiser. He's looking fresh off the bench. Looking to hurt somebody potentially with a big, powerful shot or a big hit. Markey throws it down low. Gumenis is there. Plays it back to the point. Crisp passing here for the Pens. Markey back to Gumenis. Backhand pass and a beauty. And the goalie's going to freeze it. They need a line change. 3:27 left in the first. The Pens, beautiful puck movement at the moment. 5-1, Pens, 20 to 10. We're live. We're live. Do we have press passes? Do we have press passes? Gumenis to take the O-zone draw. Stahl kicks that one, keeps it down. Now Rilling picks it up. Rilling's just going to throw one into the far corner for allow Julius to get there. Julius slides it across. Can't connect there. Now Rilling swats at it. Stahl's there. Tries to play. Oh, nice poke check by Stahl. Leaves it for Rilling. Rilling's pass gets knocked down to Julius. Shot wide of the net. Rimmed all the way around the boards. Gumenis with a nice big check there. And that allows Stahl to just skate it out. Go Stahl. He's got the space and the speed, and he takes it in, throws it in, allows the goalie to come out and jump on that loose puck. 2:44 and another stoppage of play. (5-1) all Pens right now. Face-off won by Egger to Burkheiser. Shot, glove down, loose puck. Egger trying to swipe it out of the goalie's glove, it looked like. Burkheiser plays it over to Egger, who throws a shoulder into his man. Cross ice to Stahl at the point. To Burkheiser, kicked. Burkheiser fanned on the shot, gets his own rebound, shot just wide of the net. Egger's going to be the first man to the puck. Got it on his backhand. He's signaling Stahl to go down low. Drops it with the Loya. Loya with a shot tipped by Maury just high over the net. Loya moving well on the offensive zone right now. Finding some space. Good pass from Loya to Egger. His shot tipped high over the net. Burkheiser to pick it up behind the goal line. Time of possession staggering for the Pens right now. Loya with a shot. Pad save. Blocker save. Rebounds loose. Loya slides it to Stahl and just out of the zone. Coach is yelling at the Pens to get hungry for those loose pucks. You got BK's parents yelling at their kids for more effort. No one's happy right now. .130 left in the second period. Feels like the game, but it's only the second period. Knocked down by the skates of Loya in the D zone. Allows the Big Rig Jr. to skate out the other way. The train's moving. He shoots, pad save to the corner, gets his own rebound. That's a freight train moving, by the way. Not just any old train. This is not a commuter rail system, not a light rail. Intercepted by Monheim. His pass knocked down and going the other way. Backhand pass and a beauty. Good back check by Shadish. That was going to be a grade A scoring chance. Shadish with the hustle, which we love to see in a 5-1 game. Long pass out of reach of Ferguson, but he's showing the speed here. He's going to do a wraparound with a pass to Shadish and gets his second of the game. Ferguson's speed wins the race. Wraparound pass to Shadish, and boom, 6-1 Pens. Face-off one back to Michael, to Monheim, off the stick of Ferguson. Monheim shifts it down into the zone. 25 seconds remaining in the period. 6-1, Pens on top. 2 by Shadish, 2 by Edgar, 1 by Burkheiser, 1 by Julius. That's how you get to 6, folks. Puck comes out to Michael. And probably about 15 shots that missed the net by a good 2 or 3 feet that could have been additional goals. Gimenez in 15, that would be the only size matchup that they might actually win from BK. And we're going to go into intermission. I look forward to hearing and seeing you all in the third period. There we go. Puck drops on the third period. It finds Edgar, Julius, and Reeling together with Caulfield and Markey. Puck played back to Caulfield in the D zone. To Markey. Markey threw one off the back of the goalie, I think. Julius bounces it out to Reeling. Reeling can't beat his man, and they're going to throw the puck right back in the zone. Reeling coming the other way now. Penn's going for a change. Just need to get it deep here. Left in the third. Pens will go on the power play here with Maury, Shadish, Burkheiser, Michael, and Monheim. Down in the corner, Monheim places the Shadish to Maury. Maury's shot just tipped wide and high over the net. Burkheiser now on his backhand. Comes up to the FedEx to pick up. Maury centering pass tipped by Burkheiser just wide of the net. Shadish is there. Plays it to Michael at the point. Mike with a long shot. Glove down into the corner behind the net. Maury's there. He's going to play it out front. Burkheiser loops back, calmly collects it. Going to slow things down. Now he's going to circle towards the net. His pass to Shadish gets knocked down, but Shadish wins the battle over to Michael. Michael back to Burkheiser. Burkheiser shot to the net. But Shaddis gives good chase. Gets there first. Shaddis centering pass and out. Stays in the zone though. Off the boards to Burkheiser. Backhand pass to Shaddis. Shaddis is looking for Mowry. Monheim slashing down low. He picks up the loose puck. 80 feet. Short angle shot. Goalie looked behind him. There is absolutely no noise in the stadium right now. I thought my voice just echoed. If the sound in the stadium is this quiet, you can only imagine the lack of intensity on the ice. It's noticeable. It's palpably quiet in today's stadium. The laziest Sunday game you might ever witness. 6-1 Pens on top though, scoring spree. Jimenez comes out with Edgar and Ferguson. Edgar plays it back to Stahl, walks it over. Now he's thinking about it. Stahl now slides it over to Loya. 2 seconds left on the power play. Jimenez takes a spill, catches it on his knees. Nice play to get it back there. Edgar with a powerful shot over the net. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. BK the other way. 13 is one of their only kids that have scored this weekend. This shot just wide of the net. Jimenez picks up the loose puck. He's coming the other way. Tries to toe drag around a defender. Gets his own loose puck back. Plays it into the far near corner. I can never get the corners right. Constant problem of mine. And we got a penalty on 93. Ferguson. How do you like that? And off the barely even anywhere near the play, that referee makes a call. Unacceptable in my book. Really and Julius on the penalty kill with Loya and Stahl. .11:47 left in the game. 6-1 Pens on top. Julius all over this forecheck with Reeling, causing them to drift back. Now Markey gets a stick on things. Now Reeling comes away with the turnover here. Sauces one up. Just offsides for the Pens. Pass intercepted there by Mowry. Driving deep into the offensive zone here. Pivots, spins back. Shaddis on a good back check. He actually collides with Markey. Caulfield's going to be there to clean it up though. Gets it up to Mowry. We're even now. Pass intercepted by Shaddis, gets it over to Mowry. Puck's loose, frozen in front of net. timeout by Rochester. An unlikely move here at 9:40 left in the game. After a long time out here, we'll get an offensive zone draw for Burkeiser, Shadish, and Mowry with Monheim and Michael. Even after the timeout, BK doesn't have enough players on the ice. Here they go. A creative timeout. Only running 4 guys out after the deflected high into the corner. Shadish gives chase, plays it out to Monheim, bounces off his stick and into center ice. He backhands one over to Michael. Bumps one off the boards to Mowry. Gains the zone. Burkeiser throws a hit there to keep it in the zone. Nicely done. Shadish gets the loose puck to Mowry. Finds Monheim slashing, but it deflected away by the defense. And they're just going to hammer it out of the zone for Michael to pick up. Michael gets it over to Mowry. Michael tries to catch that one in the zone. Can't. It gets out. So Monheim retreats and covers up. And now Michael skates back on the Pens that 2-on-1 advantage. Monheim had his man tied up, and Michael came in and got the loose puck. Exactly how you would draw it up. Nicely done by those two. Burkeiser and Shadish just a little off sync there. That's going to be an offsides, but 8:41 left in the contest. Gumenis, Ferguson, Edgar out there. Face off here in the center ice and neutral zone, I should say. Won by BK. They are going to gain the red line, throw it in deep. Loya giving chase, puck in the far corner. Now Loya ties up his man, allows Gumenis to get it. He tries to get it out of the zone, intercepted. Shot from the point, blocked down by Stahl. Gabe Eggers clearing attempt, brought down. Flicked up to Gumenis. Battling in the boards right against us, punches it back to Stahl, backhands it to Loya. Loya chips one over. The defender's stick to Ferguson, just out of his reach. But Eggers there for a second. Now it bounces back to center ice. Gumenis backhands one in, allows the Pens to go for a chase, although no one really chasing hard right at the moment. Ferguson does get there first, plays it over to Gumenis. Gumenis back to the point. Stahl to Gumenis. Back down to Ferguson below the goal line. He mohawks out of some trouble. Now he takes a tumble to the ice. Puck's underneath him. He stands up now. Gumenis is over there as well. Puck comes out to Stahl. Stahl with a long shot, pad save, big rebound. Comes all the way out to Loya, who's pinching in. Now Egger steps to the blue line. He keeps that one in. He's going to rim it all the way around to Gumenis. Gumenis toe dragging through some traffic. Plays it over to Loya at the point. Loya shot, bouncer, still bouncing. Picked up by BK. BK is going to flip it into the zone. Allow Franco to play that one with his stick. Who is it for Loya? Shadish is out there at center. He bangs one into the zone. Julius is going to give chase. Reeling comes away with a loose puck. Tries to get it to Shadish. Loose puck, still bouncing. Shadish now has control of it. Plays it to Caulfield. Caulfield to Markey. Markey off of Reeling skates. Now back to Markey. Shot down to Julius. Tipped just wide of the net. Julius now is going to backhand one up to Caulfield. Caulfield has control of it. He's circling below. Tries to leave it for Shadish. Now Reeling has it. Gets through some traffic. Shadish has it. Shot high over the net. Good stick by Julius. Julius going to take a short angle shot. Shadish with a rebound, and Shadish gets the heady. And a hug from the teammates there. A 7-1 shot, just a relentless and a great forecheck by Julius. Knocked that one away with a stick. Then took a short angle shot, and Shadish gets to the front of the net and buries it. 7-1, 6:13 left in the contest. Shadish with the hat trick. Burkheiser, Egger, Maury, Monheim, and Michael jumping out on the ice now. Face off one to Maury. Backhands it over to Egger. Egger's shot deflected into the corner. Sorry, I lost audio there for a second. That was Cole Maury on the 8th goal of the game for the Pens. Maury with a long shot. Pad down. That was Maury on the 8th goal. Apologize, lost a little bit of audio there. Got interrupted by someone I knew. Backhand pass over to Ham. It's going to spin around. Not a running clock, which is a bit unusual. Circumstances as such. Egger looking for the second Pens hat trick of the day. He's making some moves. He's still got it. His backhand just wide of the net. And that's going to lead to a breakaway. Why not? And he fumbles it away. Michael with a good back check. You don't see defensemen on the back check too often. Both of our defensemen on the back check there. Now Marcy's running the clock. Sometimes she has the anticipation skills of a professional. Jimenez to take the draw with Shadish and Ferguson. Stahl and Woya out there defensively. Over to Gumenes. Gumenes finds the back of the net with a rifle. Top shelf and down. 9-1 Pens on top. Egger and Reeling out there, a solid line of players that don't tape their stick blades. All three of them. no tape on the weights. Here comes Edgar. Gets it over to Reeling. Reeling swings and a miss. Plays it up to the point for Markey. Back to Edgar. Down to Reeling. Puck bouncing in the corner. Julius picks it up. Reeling finds Edgar cutting. Gets taken down. They're not going to make any calls at this point in the game. Oh, you can take it. And offsides there by the Pens. 9-1 running clock here. Face-off one for the Pens. Mary driving hard into the offensive zone. Running clock. About 40 seconds away from concluding things here. Face off one back to Mary. Backhands it over to Michael. Just bounced over his stick. He retreats to the defensive zone. Calmly makes a man miss. Centering pass broken up. Shot, glove save by Franco. Nicely done by Franco to stay engaged here late in the game, and he got tested with a beautiful save. Here comes Ferguson the other way. 9 seconds. The Pens are going to get one more chance at it. Maury circling behind the net, tries to find it to Monheim. Monheim shoots and frozen, and that's going to do it. A 9-1. Excellent performance by the Pens. Franco did a wonderful job in net, and the Pens poured on the scoring. A hat trick by Shaddis, 2 by Edgar, 1 by Maury, 1 by Burkeiser, 1 by Julius, 1 by Gumenes. See you next week, everybody.